What's happening, guys? Nick from the Love Fix. I thought today I would do a quick video regarding the weekend. Forgive some of the background noise. I've just got out of the gym. I am sitting in my car and I'm in the car park, so there may be some inherent background noise, so I do apologize. But I've been talking to a lot of you lately, and a lot of you have expressed loneliness around the weekends, especially just after a breakup. And this is, I would say, at its peak sort of between 0 and 6 months, which is understandable. And I've been there, I've done that. I've got the badges, the scars, the t-shirts, you name it. And it's okay. It's okay that you feel lonely right now. It's okay that you feel down. It's okay that on the weekends, maybe you used to spend that time with your ex most of your weekends. And I get it. Weekends were typically reserved for your loved one, and that's okay. But what I want to help you with today is how to navigate the weekends. Maybe you don't have money to go out. Maybe all your friends and family have other plans, or they're just not available. Maybe they're sick. Or maybe you just feel like that you want to stay in and cover up and watch Netflix. And it's okay. I know how difficult it can be when you're sat there alone with your thoughts, your feelings, and going over the last part of your relationship, going over the breakup. Could you have said something different? What did they mean when they say I no longer love you, or they gave you some kind of cryptic message? I hear you. So what I would like you to focus on today, on this Saturday, if you do not have plans today or this evening, is focus on spoiling yourself rotten. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean that you have to go and spend money, but hey, if you've got the means, go and buy some new clothes, go and buy that gadget that you wanted. And look, I freely admit, when I split up with my ex over a year ago now, it was a case of I freed up a lot of money because I wasn't supporting her and her daughter anymore. So I spent a lot of money on myself. I bought myself an iPad. I actually paid off a big chunk of my mortgage. I bought new clothes and so on. But it's not about that. If you don't have the means, you can sit down and start mapping out what you want to do with your future. And one of the things I did when I split up with my ex is that I wrote down 10 things that I wanted to go and do and achieve. And now some of those were, let's say, mundane things like, hey, okay, I want to save X amount of money. And one of those were, I'm going to pay off this chunk of my mortgage, which I've been procrastinating on for a few years. I've been sort of slowly saving. And I thought, right, no, I want this done within the next 6 months. So I sat about achieving that goal, baby step by baby step by baby step. And if you do enough baby steps, it leads you to a big step. So this is another way of spoiling yourself, is map out what you want to do in the next 6 months to a year, and list some things that are going to make you uncomfortable. List some things that you've always wanted to do, but maybe you didn't have the time to do them, or maybe your ex wasn't comfortable with you doing them and they kind of indirectly prevented you. Now, one of my things was I wanted to learn the drums. I dabbled a little bit when I was younger, but I kind of taught myself. But I wanted to go to a proper music school, and I wanted to learn. And guys, I shit myself. I absolutely shat myself going there. But it was one of the best things that I ever did. It gave me a weekly outlet where I could go and join people who love music and were teaching me how to play the drums, and I'm still playing today. It's a creative outlet. I bought new clothes. I made sure, I'm a gym rat as it is, but I made sure that I was extra fit. Okay, right, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to have visible abs. I put that on the list and I went about and achieved it. I made a concerted effort to put myself into situations where it made me uncomfortable. I'm quite socially awkward, so I put myself in situations where I had to interact with new people, and it has been a lot of fun. I've made a lot of new friends. Dating, okay, I'm going to go on a few dates. That made me uncomfortable. But if you do find yourself with nothing to do today, okay, you can have a relationship with you. Make yourself a nice meal. Order a takeaway. Watch that film that you've wanted to watch. Call a friend. But one thing I will say, guys, and if you are listening to this and you are going to take my advice today, this next part is non-negotiable. For the love of God, stay off social media. There is nothing more lonely in this world, or there is nothing that will make you feel lonelier in this world more than social media. Because if you are in today and it's Saturday evening, wherever you are, and everyone's posting pictures of their highlight reel and their fakeness and their, well, let's just call it fakeness. All it does, it makes you hyper aware of the events that you are not a part of or you were not invited to. And I tell you one thing, guys, I still go on social media, but I've cut my intake of it right down, and I delete it on the weekends, because on the weekends it makes me very depressed, so I don't view it. And since I've removed that element from my life, I have felt so much better. Now, for the last 3 weekends, I haven't really gone out much because I'm trying to save money. I'm in the process of buying a second property for myself as an investment, and that takes a lot of sacrifice, as in I need to stay in and save money. So that means I have to forego going out a lot of the time. And where this used to make me feel incredibly isolated and lonely, it doesn't anymore. One, because I've removed social media. Two, I've learned how to be comfortable in my own skin to the point that I'm bulletproof. Nothing is going to take me off my goal or my purpose. I've learned to spoil myself in other ways. Okay, right, I'm in this evening. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to indulge in a film. Or, you know what? I'm going to jump on my Xbox and I may have a game with a friend. I'm going to order some nice food. Also, my physical activity. I'm in the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and I cannot stress, guys, how great physical exercise is for your mental well-being. Okay, I'm currently I'm going to Scotland in September to climb Ben Nevis, and I want to be in shape for that. So at the moment, I'm training accordingly. I'm training to be able to climb a mountain, essentially. And I want to look good. I'm training to have visible abs. So that's my goal. I am deadly focused on that, and everything is secondary to that right now. So find yourself a goal where you can hyper focus on it and everything becomes secondary to that. Okay, so today, for example, I've been to the gym. I will now go home after I finish this. I will shower. I will have some breakfast. I will go and buy my friend a birthday present because it's his birthday this evening, and I'm driving into town to meet him and a couple of other friends. But this is the first weekend I've been out for the last month because I'm trying to save money. Now, if it wasn't my friend's birthday, I probably wouldn't be going out this evening. And don't get me wrong, I do like to be social. I do like to go out, but my target is to buy a second property. So I'm hyper focused on that. And because I'm hyper focused on that, yes, maybe I felt a little bit lonely in the previous weekend, but it only lasted for a few minutes because I remind myself of my purpose. I spoil myself. I go for long walks. So this is how you can spoil yourself without spending money. Go for long walks. Listen to audiobooks. Take up an activity that you love and enjoy. Get back to that single person you were before your ex was ever on the scene, and find that person again. And I promise you guys, you will feel better. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of work. It's consistency. And it's reminding yourself that you are enough, that you will do better, and you will get there. So if you are struggling today, if you are struggling on the weekends in general, it's okay. Loneliness is part of the journey. Learning to be by yourself will make you bulletproof. And if you can learn to be by yourself, I promise you, nothing will take you off your journey. Nothing will take you off your purpose. But you must learn that lesson. And if you can do that, you're going to be so far ahead of where you were and ahead of your ex. You'll look back on today and think, wow, what was I upset about? But you'll also realize that you had to go through the pain. We do our best healing when we're in the most amount of pain. We do our best learning when we make our biggest mistakes. And guys, I've made some crackers in my time, and I will make more. But I don't regret it, because it's made me the person who I am today. It's made me much more aware of who I am, my surroundings, and the people in my life. And I'm incredibly thankful for that. And I wouldn't change a thing. And always remember, guys, there are over 7 billion people out there. You have options. That's all for today. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. I'm here if you want to talk. You can reach out. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.